909 Big 550 KTRS. All right, we're in for a treat today. Our house band is Psych Squared. We'll get to them in a second. Kelly Jackson sticking around for a very special reason because Dan from Psych Squared, who is the leader, the front man for the group, he is also a world famous pancake artist. He's been on the Today Show. He travels all around the world and he performs pancake art.
So, you know, I'm sticking around for food, basically.
So you're sticking around for food. Welcome in. Sorry if you were sorry if you're watching the Jeffersons on channel 11.2. We have interrupted that. We're broadcasting on 11.2, channel 187 on your Charter Communications. Coming up at 10 o'clock, we've got the Addams Family. But until then, it's the Big 550 KTRS. You can also watch us at stltoday.com. Go to the opinion tab. Also, KTRS.com. You can download our app. And, of course, on the Big 550 KTRS 550 on your AM dial. All right. Without further ado, ladies and gentlemen, the local band. You've seen them on Fox 2. Now you're seeing them on KTRS and listening to them on the Big 550 KTRS. One more go. Original content. Here's Psych Squared.
This song is called Different. Said you're gonna move to LA. Well, I sure wish that you would stay, but no, I won't hold you back. I wrote a song before you go, 'cause there's some things that you should know. And yeah, I'm kinda lame like that. You make me feel different than anyone before. And hey, maybe this is different than anything before. And hey, maybe as you listen, you find you feel the same. And even if nobody listened, I'd still feel the same. Never told you otherwise, was awfully dumb and full of lies. They must not see what I do. Honestly, I have to say you more than take my breath away. And it feels like I love you. Maybe someday we'll be free, and I would never live it down if I forgot to tell you now. Who knows what shapes the fates of lives, but I can feel my heart deciding when I look deep into your eyes. I hope it comes as no surprise that you make me feel different than anyone before. And hey, maybe this is different than anything before. And hey, maybe as you listen, you'll find you feel the same. And even if the whole world listened, I'd still feel the same. Do you feel the same?
That was fantastic.
That was.
That was a
I
great
love that.
song. That is a fantastic song. Psych Squared. All right, Dan, where can we get that album?
You can buy all the songs we played and then some more on iTunes, Vintage Vinyl, Euclid Records, all over the place.
And then what's the name of that song?
That was Different.
Different.
That was really pretty.
That was really a very, very
You
good
were
song.
sappiest
Speaking
thing I've
to
ever
me.
written.
That's what?
Sappiest thing I've ever written.
That's all right. We like sap around here. That was fantastic, guys. Thanks for coming in. We appreciate you guys coming in.
Wait,
Thank you for
don't forget
having
the
us.
pancakes. Don't forget.
And I'm not going to forget. I wanted to thank the
Here
rest
I
of
go.
the band. See, I was trying to be polite since there are guests
It
here
is
in
your
the studio.
show, by the way.
All right. So Dan, we've come to learn that you are not only a frontman for Psych Squared, otherwise known as the Psychedelic Psychophonic Supersonic Psychs, but you are also a world-renowned pancake artist. How did you? How did you learn? Are you self-taught, or did you go to school for this?
I ended up doing this because I didn't go to school at all.
Okay.
I was working as a fry cook, and I was trying to make my tips better. And the first time I ever did like a funny shape with pancakes, I got a $15 tip, and I thought, hey, let's keep doing that.
And where were you working?
Courtesy Diner on South Kings Highway.
Of course you were.
Of course.
Of course. That might have been me handing you that $15, but I thought it was $1.50. It's 3 o'clock in the morning. All right. So you how long ago did you start doing this?
I've been dabbling in pancake art for about 6.5 years, and I've been doing it professionally for about 1.5 years now.
Okay, so 2 years ago you were on the Today Show?
It was November of 2013.
2013. And then you're headed down to Brazil?
Yeah, I'm
Can you
pretty
make
stoked
money
about
doing
that.
this?
Yeah,
He is a
I make
professional.
more doing this than I've ever made doing anything else.
No.
Yeah, this is my full-time job.
Now, do people hire you then for this like a cake maker type of deal?
Sorta. It's somewhere in between culinary art and performance art. People hire me to show up at
events.
events and like birthday parties and bar mitzvahs and weddings and all
you
that
make
jazz.
like somebody would hire an artist to do a portrait.
Except you can eat it.
They hire you to paint a pancake.
Right.
And then you eat your face
Yeah,
or whatever.
yeah. That's the joke.
Yes.
Okay, but do you do any other? Can you do art on canvas, or is it just strictly pancakes?
I have never really done canvas. I was always a sort of hobbyist cartoonist in high school, and that's kind of how I got started with the doodling and stuff like that. I've got a good brain for geometry, so it works out.
I certainly don't want you to tell us any of your trade secrets, but is it Bisquick or is it Aunt Jemima?
It's neither.
Neither.
It's neither. It's fancier than that.
Oh.
And I'm not gonna tell you because
All right.
they got to pay me.
Oh, that's
All right.
right.
So now you're gonna you begin, Dan. You start with your pancake art.
I need somebody to get. You got a picture of that dog
I
you
do.
wanted?
I have a picture of LaRue.
All
You're gonna
right.
do a picture of LaRue.
Yeah, of course.
How long does it take you to do this?
Each pancake probably takes between 5 and 10 minutes.
Oh, really? Okay.
So,
So,
I'll
you
just-
wait. You're gonna do a picture of LaRue? Why don't you do a picture of you?
Yeah. Don't worry.
All right.
It's gonna be
So
okay.
what are we gonna do? Are we gonna just do a regular show while he's
No, I
doing
got this.
pancake art on the side? Boy, this is a new one. This is a new one for me right here. you can.
You have a photo of Molly?
I do not have a photo of Molly. I thought he was going to do like photos of us.
He is, but you know, I have to pimp out LaRue too.
Yes, clearly. All right. So as Dan continues on with the pancake art.
So this takes 10 to 15 minutes.
Yes.
Wow.
All right,
He really
well,
gets into detail.
Yes. Can we discuss the problem that Anheuser-Busch is now involved in? The brouhaha Anheuser-Busch is involved
Oh,
in?
yeah.
So Bud Light, they have this thing up for anything, which I don't quite get the whole campaign where these two guys, people walk into a bar and they say, hey, are you up for anything? Yeah, and then the next thing you know, they're walking in like a human Pac-Man game. I don't quite understand that because I've been all sorts of places. I've never seen a human Pac-Man game, but whatever. And they also have the guy putting a giant quarter that's like bigger than him into the slot machine. I don't understand that either. But this Bud Light campaign, and so they have, as like Diet Coke has, share a Coke with your friend or your dad or your mom or your BFF, right? So each label they have on Bud Light is different.
Right.
And this one label they have come out with is creating quite a bit of controversy. And the line that is creating the controversy is it's on a Bud Light label, and it's, quote, the perfect beer for whatever happens, and the line is, quote, the perfect beer for removing no from your vocabulary for the night. Hashtag up for whatever. And Anheuser-Busch has apologized and said that it will no longer produce the label. However, they will not recall the Bud Light bottles that are out there. And they have sent out a note saying, no means no. We missed the mark and apologized. We've stopped producing this label. A spokesman for AB said that the beer will not be recalled. Now, we can talk about what that means and the inference. However, the criticism is coming from the most unlikeliest of places, including legendary St. Louisan Tony Ponturo.
See, I read the article, but I didn't know. I know, it's got a lot of Twitter backlash,
right.
but I didn't know specifically who was actually speaking out.
Tony Ponturo is. Are we finished over there?
I gotta let it cook.
Oh, now you have to let it cook.
You need it. Oh, you don't need it anymore?
How long does it take to cook?
About 45 seconds.
45 seconds. All right.
Oh.
All right. Well, how about we do this? You want to take a break? It's very weird to do a show while the guy's cooking pancakes next to you, but it is what it is.
Awkward.
Can Jennifer Williams create a pancake station in the house? Part of St. Louis Closet Company? Yeah, I'm sure you could. Yeah, they could. Yes, they could. All right.
I've been asking for an omelet station, so now we get a pancake station.
Tony Ponturo came out ripping his old company. Tony Ponturo is a legend. Very upset with Anheuser-Busch. We'll get to what he said about this ad. We'll also get to the pancake art here in a moment. 921, Big 550 KTRS. You can certainly watch all this at 11.2, channel 187 on Charter. We'll have all the videos up as well. And Larry Connors is not watching because he's busy around checking your roof for you and checking the shingles. I, however, don't do that. I just tell you, if you've got a shingles problem or not. And that's why if you do, I mean shingles on your roof, not shingles like the chicken pox.
Shingles.
Not the virus.
Right.
Yes, the actual shingles, the physical shingles on your home. If you have an issue, you want to call John Beal Roofing. Just because someone knocks on your door doesn't mean that they are a good roofer. That means they're a good salesperson. Doesn't mean they're a good roofer. John Beal Roofing, 3 generations serving the St. Louis metropolitan area, fully licensed and insured on both sides of the river. They do roofing, they do commercial, residential, and industrial. The great thing about John Beal is that it's a company you can trust. You know where they are, you know where they live, and they'll always be here. And so that means their reputation is here and that they are not going to do anything wrong because they live, work, and play in the community. John Beal Roofing, 1-800-NEW-ROOF for all of your roofing needs. 1-800-NEW-ROOF or johnbealroofing.com.
This is McGraw Live on KPLR 11.2, STLtoday.com, and the Big 550 KTRS.
Are you ready for some real estate reality? Spring is nearly...
360. Sip, see, savor.
925 here at Big 550 KTRS. We've got Dan Drake is with us, who is the lead singer for Psych Squared, but now he's performing. He is creating art on a griddle, if you will, and he just finished a pancake of your dog, LaRue.
I'm trying to show one of
Which,
the cameras.
for those who are watching or those who are listening on the radio, it's hard to describe. But as Jennifer Williams said, we all thought it was like a little dog with a little, right? You can make a little round head and maybe a leg or two and say that's the dog. This is actually, it looks like it was lasered on the pancake.
That's a great way of describing it.
It looks like it was ran through a printer and it was lasered on.
Stop it.
Yeah, it really does.
It is crazy to me.
It really does. I mean, that is as freaky as it gets. Because now it looks like it's a brown ink. So he's using some type of brown. What are you using?
It's cocoa.
Okay, yeah, chocolate.
Cocoa. Because it is edible.
Right.
And delicious.
You can't eat.
I kind of figure, what's the point of being a pancake artist if your pancakes don't taste good? Like,
that's a valid
may as well
point.
just draw.
Right, and so it's the face of the dog, and it's scary looking.
It's scary.
It's brilliant looking in a sense. Now, I just gave him a picture of. There's a caricature of me here in the studio, and so we gave him a picture of the caricature. He was doing that on the break. It's now cooking, I'm assuming, right?
Yeah. I've filled it in, and now we just have to wait for that side to cook, and then I'll flip it over.
So what do you use? What are you using there? What are your instruments?
My instruments. Well, I've got some Just Add Water pancake mix. That's tried and true.
Yeah.
And then I mix in. I get 3 tones usually of. Like I'll do like a lot of cocoa and then a little bit of cocoa and then just plain, so that way I can get contrast between the layers.
Gotcha.
And I just have a residential griddle and this big metal pancake turner.
And it's a huge, I don't even know how you can be so specific and so detailed, because you have a huge flat spatula that he's using to do the...
Here's a question for you. When do you know is the perfect time to flip the pancake?
When there's a lot of bubbles on the back of it, really. I mean...
Okay, so are you doing... Is the art the top or the bottom?
The art, it's... You layer it backwards. Like I usually, it's hard to describe, I guess, with just words, but I'll do a layer of like a line art, like when you're just drawing an outline of something, and then I'll go behind that and do the shading, so that when you flip it over, what you see is that first thing you put down, so it's the outline.
So not only are you drawing it, but you're drawing it upside down and backwards, so when you flip it, it's right side up and correct.
More or less.
Yeah.
I don't worry so much about flipping it around in my head unless it's... sometimes folks will ask me to do like logos of things. Those are usually tricky because you actually do have to write all the words backwards.
Right, yeah.
But I've gotten good at that over the last few years.
Right, yeah.
Now, my question is, I know you do a lot of weddings, you do a lot of probably business things and stuff like us. How often do people eat these pancakes?
I'd say probably half the time.
And they save it, put it in lacquer.
They'll put it in their freezer and just show their friends for the next couple weeks.
You don't want to eat that, do you?
I don't.
You ready, guys?
All right, now he just did me. So I can't. Can I go over there and see
I'll bring it over to you.
All right, yeah, bring it over to us.
I can't wait to see this.
So for those who are listening on the radio, he's got a little griddle that you can pick up at anywhere, and he's got 3 or 4 little squeeze bottles of pancakes and
the great thing is
cocoa.
Oh my gosh, that looks! You have to hold that up to the camera. It looks just like you. That is crazy.
How's that? All right, it's really hard. It's really hard to do this on the radio, but it is a. How do you even begin to describe it?
It's beautiful.
It is.
It really is.
It's a work of art.
We should. I mean, we should tell people that you've been on the Today Show. And you did this for Matt Lauer and for Ann Curry and all those guys.
It was Matt Lauer and Al Roker and he was there. He was in the green room.
Who else? Oh, and Santa.
Yes,
Savannah?
Santa.
Oh,
Yes, it was Santa.
Savannah.
Savannah.
Guthrie. Okay, so this was post Ann Curry.
Yes.
This was after Ann Curry
I
was
believe so, yes.
subsequently fired and never told to darken the doorstep of the Today Show. Now you're going down to Brazil to do what?
Sao Paulo. I was reached out to by a producer for, and I don't speak very good Portuguese, so I'm going to butcher this pronunciation, but I think it's Hoje em Dia, which translates to nowadays. So from everything I've looked up, and I don't read Portuguese, but I'm pretty sure it's the Brazilian equivalent of the Today Show.
Okay.
So they reached out to me. They're gonna fly me down. I'm gonna do like their hosts' faces, and then they wanted to take me out into the streets of Sao Paulo to like cook for regular folks and get footage of that. I'm really excited about it.
And you're doing this when? Like soon, right? Like next week?
I will be in Brazil from May 4th to May 9th.
May 9th. And
Wow.
you are available for weddings and birthday parties and
All kinds of
anniversaries
events.
and
I mean, even restaurants and brunches and things like that. Like
Right.
it works out in a lot of weird environments.
And it really keeps you. This is busy for you.
Yep.
I mean, this is your full-time gig.
Actually, the second half of May, I'm going to be going on a Midwestern tour. There's a band that's hiring me to open up for them at 15 dates across the Midwest. So there's a lot of weird opportunities I'm getting.
how did you get the shape so good?
You mean your big head?
I'm a wizard.
Hey, that's enough out of you. Lastly, there's a little bit of gray here on my hair. That was unintentional, right? That wasn't.
I just work here.
All right.
Also, before you guys
Yes.
can catch me every Sunday morning at Corvid's Cafe in South St. Louis. They have a wonderful morning brunch, and I do this for 4 hours there.
Okay, now where is this now?
Corvid's Cafe, 5001 Mardell Avenue.
In where? Now where is this?
It's South St. Louis. It's close to. It's in the Kings Highway Hills neighborhood.
Okay, all right, yeah. And that's
Wow.
Sunday brunch?
Every Sunday, 10 a.m. to 2 p.m.
Wow. The line's got to be out the door.
I would think so.
Yeah, I don't usually get a break on Sundays.
Yeah, that is really fun. Hey,
One final question.
yes.
What's the most unusual pancake that you request?
Somebody
LaRue
once
the dog.
at one of those Corvid's brunches, there's always one guy who thinks he's more clever than I am, and he walked up and he said, "I want you to make a pancake of you making a pancake of you making a pancake." And I was like, "Are you done?" And so I did that. It was pretty weird. It was very MC Escher.
I'm sure somebody asked you to do like a dirty pancake.
Oh, yeah.
yeah.
Oh, dude, I do adult events too, man. I don't discriminate.
All right,
I don't judge.
All right, Dan, if somebody wanted to get a hold of you, how would they get a hold of you?
The easiest way is just DanCakes.com. It's pancakes with a D.
DanCakes.com.
Yeah.
There you
This
go.
has been great.
I'm gonna eat my face.
Do it.
9:33. Dan, thanks for coming in. Psych Squared, the band coming in. Thanks for coming in. Kelly Jackson, you're done, right?
Yep,
you're not
I
going
am
to stick
done.
around.
No, I'm
Thank you so
done.
much for having us,
You
guys.
got it. Good luck and safe travels. What a great story.
Yeah.
Another St. Louisan doing some
I know.
some wild and wacky stuff.
It's crazy.
This thing is unbelievable.
It is.
All right, back in a moment. Big 550.